There's no doubt about it, Astrograph is an ambitious undertaking. And that's somewhat surprising considering Quasar's journey so far gave no real hints of such boldness. An artisanal first effort called Starlight was followed by the clearly more upscale Nebula. But if that sophomore release was a natural step, a progression any microbrand worth its salt eventually makes, then Astrograph is a giant leap forward. It's a move that firmly plants Quasar into the fiercely competitive British microbrand scene. From the complexity of the concept to the cost it likely incurred, this watch is a bit of a unicorn. A creator willing to bet the future of his brand on a timepiece that breaks the mold and therefore might not be for everyone. As always, let's start by talking about the design. Well, actually, considering the unique concept, instead of talking strictly about design, I'd rather call this section an exploration of the concept. So we'll gloss over the subdued case, whose role is merely to provide a stage for the exuberant dials, and focus more on how this watch tells time. Depending on the variant, the center of the dial, the beating heart of the watch, hosts a domed representation of a celestial body, the Earth, the Moon, Mars, or Venus. This spinning cap is surrounded by a rotating chapter ring with minute markers filled with superluminova. Finally, blocky hour markers appear to float above a guilloche dial base connected to the pinion via a third disc with cutouts. Of course, stacking so many components pyramid style creates a problem that until recently only brands like MB&F dared solve, at six-figure prices: the need for a dramatically curved crystal. And dramatically curved, this sapphire dome is, to the point that, viewed from the side, the watch resembles a snow globe more than a traditional timepiece. There's a certain duality in the watch aesthetics. The traditionally elegant guilloche finish contrasts starkly with the crisp modern numerals. Meanwhile, the voluptuous curves of the case are finished exclusively in a dull industrial brushing. Personally, I'd love to see this contrast further pushed, perhaps a special yin-yang edition with a black DLC-coated case and bracelet paired with a white dial. Adam, the ball is in your court. The 4 colorways available for Astrograph are bold and attention-grabbing. This is not a discreet watch, and as you'll see later, it wears larger than its 40mm diameter might suggest. I agree with those who feel this kind of watch might shine better on a strap than a bracelet, but due to the dial's large footprint, I would say that a standard 20mm strap looks too slim. Fortunately, Adam is already thinking about ways to deal with this. That said, the 3-link flat bracelet is very comfortable. Its clasp is well designed and effectively balances the watch head. Thanks to the on-the-fly micro-adjustment system, finding the perfect fit does not require carrying around a spring bar tool. It's important to note this is the first prototype. Several elements are already scheduled for refinement, starting with the brushing of the case. The sapphire crystal will also benefit from additional anti-reflective coating layers to reduce glare, something that didn't hurt legibility but made filming the watch quite tedious. Finally, for those of you who noticed some alignment issues in my footage, worry not. Final production tolerances will be brought down to microns. One area that needs no improvement is nighttime legibility. The BGW9 Superluminova is applied generously and evenly. And you have to trust me on that, as I accidentally destroyed most of the footage. The engine inside is a custom-modified Miyota 8 series caliber. It hacks, it handwinds, and boasts a 42-hour power reserve. And for those of us long in the tooth, rest assured, The stuttering seconds issues that plagued early Miyota movements have long since been resolved. Also custom is the unidirectional rotor visible through the mineral crystal display caseback. By the way, I wonder if mineral insulates sound better than sapphire, because this watch is notably quieter than other Miyota A series watches I've previously handled. On my 19cm wrist, the watch wears larger, closer to 42mm, thanks to the bold color schemes and large dial real estate. But don't let that scare off those with smaller wrists. A statement piece like this is meant to be noticed. For context, the MBNF inspirations behind Astrograph often exceed 50mm in diameter. Plus, this watch is not heavy, even on the bracelet. Reading the time is easy, and Adam plans to make it even easier by replacing the 60-minute marker on the disc with a 00. While reflections occur, they don't hinder legibility, as the unique time display requires only a small focal area. Still, let's be clear, this is not a daily beater. Not because it couldn't take the wear, but because its bold colors won't match every outfit in your wardrobe. On the flip side, that same extravagance might expand Quasar's audience, as I could easily imagine a woman confidently wearing this watch. I've always been drawn to watches that break the mold. Until recently, something with this level of mechanical and visual complexity would have been wildly expensive. But microbrands like Zurich or Radcliffe have shown that bold horological ideas can now reach more people at a fraction of the price. And Quasar deserves applause for joining this race. I would say that whether Astrograph becomes a hit or not depends heavily on price. Adam plans to launch a Kickstarter campaign on July 31st with a 48-hour early bird special. Just click the link in the video description to access the preview page and hit notify me on launch. See you there.